Nicole and Jared were just south of Baseline on Kyrene at the Baseline Industrial Center. Just within the last 30 minutes or so, they finished fencing in this business center, but the damage extends beyond. This is a look at the parking lot. This is part of the roof of one of the 4 buildings inside of this complex that was ripped off by this microburst. You can see metal poles, you can see roofing, and the cars that were parked on the other side of the parking lot closest to Kyrene Road still getting a immense amount of damage. And what we're looking at live right here is only a fraction of the damage that was done at this particular complex. I want to show you a little bit of video that we got during the daylight hours. There are dozens of businesses that called this business industrial center home, and within just a couple of minutes, a lot of people who were here during this time say all this damage happened. They say they came outside, looked up, saw dark clouds, thought it was just going to be possibly another big rainstorm. Nobody that I talked to here expected what we saw today with this big microburst and this extensive damage. And I also had a chance to speak with the Tempe fire inspector, who says over the course of his career, this is one of, if not the most destructive storm he's ever seen.
It looked like, I'm not sure if it's going to be a microburst or a tornado, but some natural disaster like that obviously came through. And then the damage is, it's a lot. In my experience, I've seen plenty of damaged buildings, but I want to say this is probably the worst that I have seen.
So for hours, we had crews with Tempe and Phoenix Fire, along with Tempe Police out here again. Team just finished putting up fencing around this complex. This is a view from the Arizona's Family News Chopper, really just given a different angle, but just as devastating and just as shocking the extensive damage that was done. You could see roofs quite literally just ripped off of multiple of these buildings in the center. I'm told there's about 4 buildings that make up this complex, and it appears that every single one of them, and a large chunk of every single one of them, has been severely damaged because of this storm. Now, luckily and seemingly almost miraculously, Tempe Fire say there were no serious injuries that were reported from this storm at this particular complex. And considering the fact that there's dozens of businesses and there were a lot of people here when this microburst and this crazy rain rolled through, that does seem pretty lucky. And a lot of people are thankful that that there weren't any serious injuries, despite the fact that a lot of business owners and customers are going to be coming back in the morning trying to, again, assess the damage and try and figure out where to go from here. We're going to hear from one of those business owners who was inside of his shop in this complex when all of this happened, coming up tonight at 10. But for now, we're putting live in Tempe, Zach Perlutsky for Arizona's Family.
What a mess.